There's no time for Lenny Lawrence to settle in. Anything less than a second win in 5 days will be looked upon as abject failure. He says 6 wins from 12 games should be enough to make the playoffs, and names the same side that beat Bury. So still no Earnshaw or Pryor. Thorne and Bowen will provide the ammunition up front, with Kavanagh prompting from midfield. And for Scott Young, memories of a horror game against Cambridge 8 years ago. Young was just 18, and in his first season, when the Bluebirds were thumped 7-2 on this ground, it's around a 20,000 to 1 shot that history repeats itself today. And that's largely because Cambridge have the worst away record of any British club. Not a single win in the league and just 3 points from a possible 48. But they did book their place in the LDV final by winning at Bristol City on Tuesday, and John Taylor names the same team. Ian Ashby and Richard Procass are still injured. Luke Guttridge is suspended. The big threat, the French striker Armand Onay. He scored both the goals at Ashton Gate, 6'4" and still only 18. And in their ranks, one of the unluckiest players in the league. Kevin Austin snapped his left Achilles tendon 2 seasons ago, had a year out, and then snapped his right Achilles on his first game back. This then, only his 4th start of the new millennium. Man in charge this afternoon is Paul Taylor from Cheshire in Hertfordshire. Away we go then, and this fixture does have something of a history of producing fireworks. All viewers may remember that 7-2 game we covered back in '94, but there was another 9-goal thriller 20 years ago. Cardiff won 5-4 that day. But they're going to have to reverse some recent poor form against Cambridge. They haven't beaten them in the last 8 attempts. Although Cambridge come here some 9 points away from the safety line. Many of their fans have all but given up. Shane Tudor trying to make some progress for them. That's not a bad try, but Alexander watched it all the way. Some 25 years in management there, Lenny Lawrence on the left-hand side. First long throw from Andy Legg, Andy up in the wind. Perez got a decent punch. It's come out to Kavanagh. Now Josh Lowe. 3 in the box for him. He can find a decent cross, not a bad one. And it's been put behind by Andrew Duncan for the first corner of the game. Corner taken short. Low again. Kavanagh. Hung up towards the far post towards Peter Thorne, who got up really well, but he couldn't quite get the header down underneath Lionel Perez's crossbar. Good early pressure this from the Bluebirds. And Thorne certainly had the beating of his mark at the far post. In fact, he was all on his own because Stevland Angus had lost his man. Angus. In from Fleming. He's got it back. Tudor. Nutmegs Andy Legg. And he's got his cross in too, and it's a useful one. And put behind by Weston. That was good defending. And as Cardiff were caught there. Excellent piece of skill from Shane Tudor. The nutmeg through the legs of Andy Legg, and then a telling cross. Weston with Youngs right behind him. Kavanagh. Unable to get it through to Peter Thorne, but he had a second go. Now it's wide with Andy Legg. Can he provide the inspiration to unlock Cardiff? Boland. Cleverly done. Jason Bowen. Back for Andy Legg. Good angle for the cross. There was no one there. Far post. Away by Weston. Back from Jackman. Wanless. Onay. For a team at the bottom of the table, they've played some nice football at times, Cambridge. Tudor. He's beaten Andy Legg again. Still Tudor. Shot come cross, caused real panic. Somehow Cardiff got it away. Fleming, deflection, corner. Good spell from the visiting team. Second time in quick succession that Tudor has beaten Legg. Drove it in viciously. Pinball in the box, and Cardiff got away with it. Legg's header towards Thorne, knocked it down, Kavanagh! Fabulous strike! Well, he might be about to miss the next 2 games, and he has signed off in some style. Classic volley, marvellous technique, and Cardiff ahead 9 minutes from the end of the first half. It was all about Kavanagh. Not the greatest header in the first place by Duncan. Vaughan got a touch, and how about that? Both feet off the ground, top corner. It's not just that he scored 14 goals now, it's that so many of them have been crackers. Caught in possession there, one-less, and here's Kavanagh. Decent try, and forced Perez into the diving stop. He's managed to save the corner, but that was another vicious right foot effort from the Cardiff captain, who shoots on sight now, and no wonder. No one closed him down either. Kavanagh and Boland over this free kick with less than 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Chipped in by Kavanagh dangerously. He wasn't very far away. 2 men coming in there, Thorne and Scott Young as well. The ball finished up the wrong side of the Cambridge goal. Kavanagh played it in. I think it was Thorne who got the final touch. That may well be just about the last bit of meaningful action of the first half. Indeed it is. Applause rings around Ninian Park. Cardiff ahead thanks to their skipper. And a piece of individual magic. Just at the moment, everything Graham Kavanagh touches turns to gold. Wonderful volley. And it means that at half-time at Ninian Park, it's Cardiff. Welcome back to Soccer Sunday. No changes to either side at half-time. We had a brief sleet shower during the interval. Seems to have blown away now. Straight away, it's a free kick for Cardiff as those fans look into the sun. It's bright at that end. This is Andy Legg. Kavanagh sat up nicely for him. Terrific save by Perez. Low down by his post. Struck really swiftly by Kavanagh. Bounced in front of him, it was sneaking in. That was a top-class save. Kavanagh. Thorne. Kavanagh again. Former Stoke players linking up. Here's Lowe. Having a run at Jackman here when he's beaten him for pace. It's a typical Jason Bowen arrival on the near post. He lost his marker, but it was a very difficult angle for him to be able to turn and get an effort on Perez's goal. Boland. Graham Kavanagh. Low available on this near touchline. And he's just breezed past Jackman. Just came off the back of the crossbar, but I think it was an attempt at a cross rather than a shot from Josh Lowe. He did all the hard work. He didn't even have to get into top gear to get past Jackman. Looked up, was intending to get it for Peter Thorne, I think. Just off the back of the bar. Fleming. Straight to Kavanagh. Inviting Josh Lowe to run onto this. Fleming's nearest to it. Jason Bowen in the middle. Maxwell. Penalty. And it looked a cast iron spot kick too. Josh Lowe did so much down this right-hand side. Fleming was never going to get to it. Bowen ran over it rather. Maxwell went down under Angus's challenge. And now Kavanagh has the chance for number 15 of the season, but more importantly, to double Cardiff's lead. And that should be 3 more points for Cardiff City. The goal coming right on the hour. Kavanagh second, Cardiff second, and now they're really in charge. A no-nonsense penalty from a no-nonsense player. And that goal means that Graham Kavanagh is now Cardiff's leading scorer for the season. Leg. Bowen. Andy Leg, he's offside. Won't count. The assistant official had his flag up long before the Cardiff number 3 knocked it into the corner. Bowen with the ball through. But he did have his flag up early, to be fair. Just in case the FA are watching, that's not Sam Hammam. He's even being impersonated now. That's when you know you've made it. Maxwell's ball for Thorne. Lowe. Still Josh Lowe towards Maxwell. Might fall here for Andy Legg. Thorne couldn't reach it to anyone target. Josh Lowe off the top of the bar and back from Andy Legg and behind. All the fun of the fair in that Cambridge 6-yard box. Bowen was taken late and right in front of the referee's nose. Ball had gone, was late. Andy Legg's there as well. Suspect that Kavanagh might just be favourite. There he goes. Just wouldn't come down for it. Not sure that Perez would have got across. It had to come back as well as come down. Oh, here's Andy Legg. It's a fine spinning bounce. Deflection. Saved again by Perez. Again, skidded off the turf. Good handling from the Frenchman. Fleming. Tudor. It'll be a corner with shade under 5 minutes of the 90 remaining. 3 on the goal line here for Cambridge. It was Kitson who got something on it. The acrobatics from Kavanagh. Back from Young, still not clear. Appeals for handball accidental, was the opinion of the official. And Cardiff might have a break on here if Lowe and Bowen don't want to tackle each other. Bowen has Bowen on the far side. That's who it's aimed at. He's headed down. Ford somehow couldn't get the ball under control. Well, by some margin, the best chance that Peter Thorne's had this afternoon. Good work by Bowen. Just got a leg to it there, Angus. That's what took Thorne off, really. And we've played the 3 minutes worth of stoppage time. Well, if a week's a long time in politics, in football it's a virtual eternity. 7 days ago, Cardiff hammered at Wigan, and now 2 wins in 5 days. Everything's rosy again. 2 goals for the captain, Graham Kavanagh. He now has an enforced 2-game rest. 6 points out of 6 for Lenny Lawrence. Next stop, Huddersfield on Tuesday. It's finished here, Cardiff City 2, Cambridge 0.
It's been a traumatic week at the start, and obviously with 2 home games it was very, very important that we got ourselves back in the playoff picture. First obstacle, as I say, first thing to do was by 5 o'clock on Saturday to get those 6 points, and it's taken us rather surprisingly, in my opinion, place. I thought it would have, but it has. Now the next thing is to make sure we're not 10th or 11th next Saturday at 5 o'clock after the next 2 away games, otherwise we're back to square one again. I'm not saying we're going to go through without losing, and you know, that's not the issue. We can't afford to be distinctly second best like we were at Wigan and Brentford, and really because Huddersfield are where they are in the league relative to us, it's very important that we don't lose.
Northampton's Marco Gabbiadini, one of those strikers who always seems to do well against our Welsh sides. He should have done a lot better here. Cardiff arrived at the Sixfield Stadium looking to win 3 games on the trot for the first time this season, and to be fair, the early signs weren't all that encouraging. They knew they'd be without the suspended Graham Kavanagh, but Jason Bowen, who would have switched places to fill in, was a late casualty with a neck injury. 2 goals for the captain, Graham Kavanagh. He now has an enforced 2-game rest. 6 points out of 6 for Lenny Lawrence. Next stop, Huddersfield on Tuesday. It's finished here, Cardiff City 2, Cambridge 0.
It's been a traumatic week at the start, and obviously with 2 home games it was very, very important that we got ourselves back in the playoff picture. First obstacle, as I say, first thing to do was by 5 o'clock on Saturday to get those 6 points, and it's taken us rather surprisingly, in my opinion,
Paul Brayson did the job instead, and it was his shot, blocked by Northampton keeper Keith Welch, that led to his team taking the lead. Leighton Maxwell onto the rebound, firing low into the far corner. Maxwell himself, selected in place of the injured Mark Bonner, delighted with his first goal for the club as he enjoyed a rare place in the starting lineup. Essentially picked to play a holding role in midfield alongside Willie Boland, but showing that shielding the defence doesn't mean you can't contribute in attack. Cardiff in front on 32 minutes, pegged back 4 minutes later. Ross Hunter's Andy Legg-like long throw, and Marco Gabbiadini wouldn't miss many from here, whatever he'd done earlier on. Danny Gabardon, in fact, with the first header, Peter Thorne the second. Neither clearance at all convincing. Chris Hargreaves, seeing his miss-hit, fall kindly for his colleague. A setback for City, but 60 seconds later, that was well and truly behind them. Paul Brayson dinking the ball over the top. Andy Campbell showing the pace everybody's been talking about and sliding the finish in off the far post. A wonderful start in his first game after Lenny Lawrence went back to his old club to bring the young striker to Cardiff on loan from Middlesbrough. Brayson, an old friend from junior football, Campbell with the speed that allowed him to start onside and then outstrip the pursuit. Quiz question for serious City anoraks in years to come: when was the last time two red-headed players scored in the same match for the Bluebirds? Not the real issue for the 1,300 supporters who made the trip yesterday, though. Their main concern whether their team could hang on to their lead. Northampton have improved considerably over recent weeks. Jamie Forrester here in a fine run of form, and the likes of Andy Legg, leading the side in the absence of Graham Kavanagh, had their work cut out in the second half. Cardiff brought on Spencer Pryor for Paul Brayson and changed to 4-4-2 in a bid to stem the tide, but still had to soak up plenty of pressure. Leo Fortune West on before the end as well, and, surprise, surprise, penalised for pushing to rule out Peter Thorne's effort in stoppage time. Not that it mattered in the end, Cardiff holding out for that third win on the trot. Lenny Lawrence a happy man when he faced the cameras and some interested onlookers after watching his side scrap so hard for the 3 points.
This is the second half against Cambridge last week. It was a football match, so this was a battle. I mean, they played the ball forward very early, Northampton. They got a lot of bodies forward. They had three out-and-out front players at the end, and a big centre-half came on to play up the front. So it was a question of stand up and be counted. Now, the last time we were in a game like that, we didn't do very well at all. Brentford in the second half. Now, if you don't cope, you can't go up. It's as simple as that, because there's going to be more of them games, and if you don't stand up and be counted, then you struggle. And to be fair to them, I made the decision to go to a 4 midway through the second half, back 4, and a midfield 4, because they were getting crosses in our box too easy. They all stood up to be counted. They all battled away. We won our headers, and I think Neil had maybe only 1 or 2 saves to make in the second half.
I couldn't really ask for any more goal in the victory, so if I can keep that up, then I don't see why we can't get promoted. I've said all along, this is for me to show people what I can do and show the manager and the chairman what I can do, because I'm not here to tout myself to other clubs, I'm here to tout myself to Cardiff City. And if that means that the manager and the chairman want to buy me, then I'll be pleased as well.
9 games left, and even the boss now admits automatic promotion is impossible. It's the playoffs or bust. Not the time then for a crowded treatment room. No Bowen or Weston today, and an ankle injury denies Mark Bonner the chance to face his old team. But at least the captain's back. Top scorer Graham Kavanagh has served his ban, and here's one of the men he's hoping to supply. Former Stoke colleague Peter Thorne, who's openly admitting it's the most frustrating season of his career. 2 injuries haven't helped, but in 17 appearances, the man who cost £1.7 million has found the target just 3 times. The Seasiders come here with little to play for, and with one eye on a return to the capital for the LDV Trophy final in a fortnight's time. But no side managed by Steve McMahon will ever be allowed to coast. 4 changes then to the team that lost at Northampton in midweek. They include Scott Taylor back to lead the line, and Tommy Jackson fit again at left back. Midfielder Paul Simpson may only be 5'6", but his stature in the game is beyond question. Still making goals and still scoring them at 35. It's his 719th senior appearance today, and he's found the net on more than 150 occasions. Man in charge this afternoon is Clive Penton from Sussex. Well, on paper, Cardiff's run-in looks easier than many of their playoff rivals, but at this stage of the season, it's all about holding your nerve. Blackpool haven't been doing that of late. Lost their last two. Vaughan again was the target. This is Kavanagh, just about his first touch. Maxwell. It's a little bit short, that. Gavidan able to sprint onto it despite the wind really affecting the roll of the ball. Still Gavidan. Really culture from the defender. Not a bad shot either. And it had to be turned aside by Barnes, who was fully extended there. It was a really good try from the defender on his left foot. And it was curling away towards the corner until Barnes beat it out. Terrific stuff early on from the young defender. Boland. Space here for Kavanagh. Just trying to find his former colleague, Vaughan, wasn't able to. And it's the name of Danny Gavidan that's ringing around Ninian Park after that early effort. And here comes Kavanagh with Maxwell inside him and Campbell. He goes on his own, and Barnes just got enough on it to make the save. Twice now Barnes has had to go down. The second time from the Cardiff captain. Fingertips, it was just enough. In towards Campbell, who nearly got goal side of Clark, and then Vaughan went in, and I don't think got any contact on it. Because Campbell, who made the initial run there, took Clark out of the way, and then Vaughan, no, he made no contact at all. Campbell on the chase. Oh, he's forced the error out of the defender too. Campbell for Cardiff, left foot deflected, and it took all the sting out the shot. Man who needs no introduction. Won just about everything there was to win with Liverpool. In towards Taylor. And Pryor breathing down his neck, but they've given it away, Cardiff. Here's Wellens. Murphy has got it somehow. Still Murphy. And Blackpool have taken the lead. Sheer persistence there from John Murphy. Lax defending by Cardiff. And a shock at Ninian Park. Cardiff 0, Blackpool 1. 18 minutes gone. It was an innocuous ball, really. He went to chest it, missed completely. It came back off Young. And then Murphy just barged his way through and kept a cool head to slide it past Alexander. His 7th of the season. And a real choker for Cardiff City. Inadvertent nutmeg there. Didn't hit the shot that cleanly. Early problems for the Cardiff boss, Danny Lawrence. No wonder he's looking a bit frustrated and dejected. Every time Cardiff have got themselves into a really threatening position just behind the top six, they've made a mess of it. And here comes Blackpool again, with Murphy waiting, and it could so easily have been 2-0. He can't believe he hasn't scored. It's a corner, and it was trouble entirely of Cardiff's own making. Poor clearance by Young, and then Lowe was guilty of waiting for it. Jackson took over, and Gavidan just got there in front of Murphy, and as well that he did from a Cardiff point of view. Blackpool corner. Murphy again! It's 2-0. They couldn't stop him that time. 2 for Murphy, 2 for Blackpool. 26 minutes gone, and it's turning into a nightmare here for Cardiff City. His marker was nowhere near him. Alexander got a hand to it, but no way he was going to keep it out. Came initially from Chester, John Murphy. And you can see there that Vaughan, who was supposed to be picking him up, was nowhere near him. Cardiff want to take the throw quickly. Vaughan's on the run here. Covering the cross was Ian Marshall. And they signed on loan from Bolton in November. Also used him as an emergency striker as well as a centre-half. Now Leg's going to take this throw, and Cardiff need a goal back, and a goal back quickly here. Vaughan's on the near post. Campbell behind him. Didn't reach him. Fine save, must be, and it is for Campbell. Came back off the goalkeeper. And Cardiff are back in it now. How many goals have come from Leg's long throws this season? Jackson only half away. A shot by Boland only palmed out, and Campbell was there to knock it in from a couple of yards. And how Cardiff needed that. Credit Boland for the strike, it was deflected, it was an excellent stop. Unlucky Barnes. Not that Campbell will kick. Here's Gabidon. Leg. Gabidon again. In for Kavanagh. Delightful touch. Here's Andy Legg. Past his man. Referee says no penalty. Exquisite touch from Kavanagh to put Legg in. And he thought that Coyd got a piece of it. It was a storming run from Legg and a wonderful pass from Kavanagh, but now more trouble for Cardiff, and they should have been 3-1 down. It came off the outside of the post, and no wonder Scott Taylor looks upset with himself. Ball played in by Simpson. No offside, he's all on his own. Alexander came out off the Welcome back to Soccer Sunday, where the news is that, not surprisingly, the Cardiff manager Lenny Lawrence has made a change at half-time. Des Hamilton is on in place of Josh Lowe. Header on by Maxwell, forward by Kavanagh, towards Peter Thorne, and a mistake by Clark. Thorne for Cardiff, great save by Barnes. Boland, Legg, and Barnes able to get hold of it. Things just not going for Thorne at the moment. That's a stretch, he was under pressure to be fair, got the shot away. Barnes was only close to him, he closed the angle down quickly, made it difficult for Thorne. Suicide header by Clark in the first place. See Coyd making life difficult, and Barnes harder still. And if they don't get an equaliser in the next 10 or 15 minutes, I would imagine Big Leo will be called on. They might get one here though. Mistake has let Campbell in again, and he's put it wide. Well, he had the run on Clark, who was never going to catch it. It's an excellent first touch. Marshall's challenge may have distracted him, but he really should have hit the target, and will be disappointed he didn't. Gabidon to take. Towards Fortune West straight away. Laid it off well for Campbell! 2-2! What a wonderful strike that was! Goalkeeper never moved, and the substitution pays off within 45 seconds. No wonder Campbell's hugging Leo Fortune West. It was a wonderful strike, but he never would have got the chance if Fortune West hadn't so expertly laid it off for it. Well, that's changed the atmosphere around the ground. Gabidon's free kick, and Fortune West with a player behind him, Clark. First touch superb from Campbell, second one even better. "65 minutes gone. And the Bluebirds are back on terms. Barnes never moved. Simpson. Fortune West came back and robbed it. Hamilton. Still Des Hamilton, it's a great run. Thorne! Corner. Wasn't the strike he was looking for. Super work here from Hamilton. Thorne shot. Yeah, came off Danny Coyd. Kavanagh to take. Murphy is back on defensive duty. It was Clark, though, who headed it away virtually from underneath his own crossbar. And he came with the game plan, and it looks to have worked. Maxwell. That is full time at Ninian Park. Decent comeback by Cardiff, but at the end of the day, it's 2 points dropped. Blackpool 2 ahead through 2 goals from John Murphy, 8 minutes apart, and only an excellent equaliser from Andy Campbell after he tapped in Cardiff's first in the opening half has saved the Bluebirds' blushes. The Blackpool voodoo continues. It remains to be seen if they'll be playing Blackpool again next season. Final score, Cardiff City 2, Blackpool 2.
If you give a team a 2-goal lead, then, you know, you're at the bottom of a hill looking up, and with it being a home game with a lot of hope, you know, that we could get 3 points. It's disappointing. Now, having said that, once you are 2-0 down, to be fair to the players, they showed good spirit in the second half to come back to 2-2, and with a little bit more quality in the finishing, we might have won it. But I'm afraid the bottom line is we're not good enough in either penalty area at the moment. We're giving away too many daft goals, and even though we scored 2 today, one was a scramble and one was a wonder goal, we missed 6 gilt-edged chances. Now, we're not going to score them all, but we need to score 1. And if we had, we might still have won the game. The bottom line is, the basic thing is that, you know, if you're going to be in the top 6, you've got to score more goals than we're scoring. We're 10 or a dozen short over the season for where we want to be. Or you've got to keep more clean sheets. And, you know, we've done all right on that in recent past, but, you know, the bad old habits have come back to haunt us. You know, for 20 minutes in the first half there, we went from a reasonably bright start, we went to nothing. And we nearly went 3 down. Now, that's, you know, we can't, it's very difficult, to give people 1, 2, 3 goal starts. But to be fair to them, physically they're all right, their spirit's intact. They had a right go at it in the second half, but they're giving themselves too much to do, you see. But we're not dead yet. We're not dead yet.
Only chance then for the 3-man strike force for Cardiff City. But in fact, it's the defender Scott Young who gets in there. Second goal in 3 games for him. 5 minutes gone, Cardiff take the lead. Dreadful defending, it has to be said, by Oldham. Here's Mathematics then to hit back immediately. Good corner towards the far post. That is a tremendous save by Neil Alexander for Cardiff City. Paul Murray hit the shot so well. An instinctive save. Legged with the corner towards the near post. And it's Fortune West. 2-0 Cardiff City, 21 minutes gone. The big man with his 6th league goal of the season. Easy again. Harper's this time by leg. And it's Peter Thorne. Oh, that'll be a popular goal with his teammates. His first since early December in this injury-ravaged season. And he times his run at the back post so well. Weston with the clearance. And that's poor control. And it's Thorne. Campbell beats the offside trap. Great chance. Gets a bit of luck. 4-0 Cardiff City. Well, he's been pelted by missiles, Campbell. Unwise to celebrate at the Oldham fans' end there. But that's 4 in 4 games for the loan signing from Middlesbrough. Andy Gorham not getting any luck, the goalkeeper. Young with the header, leg down for Gabidon. Oh, that's a diabolical challenge. And Matt Appleby has already been booked. But that was a red card offence in itself. No choice for referee Webster, decides to show 2 yellows. Off goes the captain. Fortune West, what's he doing back there? Out on the touchline to Campbell. Shows his pace again, good cross. Fortune West just gets a nick to it. Thorne with a chance to set something up. It's Kavanagh. Fortune West! On the stroke of half-time, 5-0 Cardiff City. And Andy Gorham, back at the club where he started his career, I'm sure can't believe it. Still time maybe for Cardiff City. Oh, good save this time by Gorham. It's Armstrong. Terrible back pass. Campbell in like a shot. 6-0 Cardiff City. Just over the hour mark, and suicide that by the left back Armstrong. Gorham no chance at all. He's for Gabidon to break then. Fortune West to his left. Puts the early ball through to Campbell. Oh, does well. Has he taken it too far though? Gets another chance. That's a hat-trick for Andy Campbell. 7-0 for Cardiff City. Who would have believed it? Everything's going Lenny Lawrence's way. Oh, a chance for a consolation. It's Stuart Farmer, the centre-back with it. And would you believe, still 16 minutes to go. Sloppy defending, but still 7-1, that'll do.
I've lost 7-1 before, but I can't remember winning 7-1, so it's a great day for everybody, and it's a great day for the fans, a great day for the club, and a great day for all of us. You know, you don't get too many of them in your career, so you should savour it, really. And it's, as far as we're concerned, it's a statement of intent to the rest of the league that we mean business. We want one of those playoff spots, and anything less will be failure. It's as simple as that.
Do you think this is going to really kick-start your promotion playoff bid now?
I don't see why not. I think somebody said Bristol City got beat, so I don't see why not. I think if we just keep playing, we've got Wrexham on Friday, so if we beat Wrexham on Friday, then I don't see why we can't get in the playoffs, because as we shown today, like, we're on fire, and we didn't hardly miss any chances. So if we can keep doing that, then who knows what we can do.
We've still got to win 4. They've all won except Bristol City. We've still got to win. We've got 7 left. It's inconceivable that we could get there with less than 3 wins out of the 7, unless Bristol City collapse completely. I think it'll be 4, might be 5. And if anybody below us now catches us up, we're in trouble. So it's just a matter of catching one person at least one club at least in front, and getting one of them top 6 places in. I don't care if it's goal difference on the last day, as long as we're there.
Thanks, Rodri. 2 Welsh teams, but 2 very different agendas. And for Cardiff, the knowledge that even a point tonight would put them in a playoff place for the first time this season. It would have been harsh for anyone to be dropped after that magnificent 7 at Oldham. Lenny Lawrence names the same side, with Andy Campbell leading the line, 6 goals in 4 games. But strike partner Leo Fortune West is also in a rich vein of form. He may get criticism from some quarters, but he's featured in 29 of the Bluebirds League games and contributed some very valuable goals, a couple at Oldham, and he scored in the Winter Racecourse too back in November. Wrexham are virtually at the point of no return. 6 games left, and they may need to win at least 4 of them. Dennis Smith tinkers with the team that was stumped 4-1 at Northampton. Carlos Edwards and Kevin Shaw are both dropped. Dan Bennett and Sean Holmes come in, and once again they'll look to Lee Trundle for goals. He's got 4 in his last 5 games. It could be a big week for Holmes, who's set to win his first senior cap for Northern Ireland against Liechtenstein on Wednesday. He's missed Wrexham's last 4 games with a toe injury. The defence has looked far less solid in his absence. And in charge tonight is Peter Walton from Long Buckby in Northamptonshire. Well, they say money doesn't necessarily buy success, but the league table suggests otherwise. Cardiff's starting 11 costs £4.5 million. Wrexham's just 150,000, and it's a distinct possibility there'll be 2 divisions separating them next season. First throw has gone to Cardiff City, and maybe the first chance for Andy Legg to propel the ball into that Wrexham box. Now, Paul Barrett standing right on the touchline there, trying to make it more difficult for Legg, so he's fallen and gone short to Weston. And there are 4 waiting for Weston's cross. It was disappointing. Back in the side, in place of the out of favour Josh Lowe in the last couple of games, Weston. So Legg will try again. And this time he does go long. Looking towards Fortune West, it's over him. Wrexham already in trouble. Kavanagh couldn't quite make it. There's Barrett diving in, and the pressure is still on the Dragons. Ferguson. This is Whitley. And they'll get a free kick. Fumbled over by Leo Fortune West. It was an attacker's challenge. Lenny Lawrence was stuck in traffic, such was the crowd this evening outside Ninian Park, and made it in the end. Headed by Falconbridge, only found Kavanagh though. Andy Legg is in space. Gabardine outside him. Still Gabardine. Kavanagh. Into Campbell. Boland. Reached Andy Legg on the far side. It's better possession by Cardiff. Can they use it? They might. It's Fortune West, and it was Pagic's challenge that forced him wide, and the save was a comfortable one in the end for Rob. Good build-up though by the Bluebirds. Andy Legg was involved in the move and just threaded it through for Fortune West. Just saw Pedrick get half a foot to it, made the angle difficult. Kavanagh, very fast pace to the game in the early stages. Away by Bennett. Ferguson now. This is Barrett. Holmes. Trundle. Oh, clever. And Barrett was nearly onto it. Really good flick from Lee Trundle. There he is again. Back to goal, and he's still dangerous. He's got turns like that. Falconbridge. And it goes from Phillips. Neil Whitley joining the attack. He came off Kavanagh. Here's Ferguson. Still Wrexham pressing, and it needed Young to belt it out of play. Well, for a big man, he's got very quick feet. And we saw it twice then in the space of 30 seconds. On the chest of Kavanagh. Reece Weston now. Kavanagh was caught there by Phillips. And the referee's reaching for his top pocket. It was a little cynical, because Kavanagh had already played the ball and he caught his man. So it's a caution for Wayne Phillips. A statistic for referee Peter Walton. This will be his 100th booking of the season. Time was when referees were pushed to do 100 bookings in a career. Kavanagh. Trying to boss from midfield. It's not a bad ball either. Campbell, he's got Thorne in the middle. And that was an important interception. It was Bennett back there. That looked very promising for Cardiff. Boland. Andy Legg taking on Whitley for pace. And Whitley stopping him in very cynical fashion. And you can see why Peter Walton's got the ton up for the season. The yellow card's coming out again here. We've only played 12 minutes at Ninian Park, and 2 Wrexham men are in the book. Free kicks deep, won by Thorne, and it's in! Cardiff City lead with 13 minutes gone. And for Scott Young, it's raining goals. He broke the deadlock last week at Oldham, and he's done it again here tonight. In from Kavanagh. Initial leap by Thorne, and Young was there and off the bottom of the bar. Plenty of credit there for Peter Thorne, and Young finished it off. A really good leap. He had 4 defenders around him, but none really jumped. And Young's job was fairly straightforward. Trundle is being called across by Peter Walton, and this is a referee who doesn't mind dishing out red cards as well as yellow ones. He sent off players in his last 2 games at Stockport and Halifax, and he is certainly having words with Lee Trundle. Thorne. Legg. Down the line towards Campbell. Campbell, who got a hat-trick at Oldham, and there is plenty of speculation he might make the move permanent for around £1 million. Transfer deadline day is next Thursday. Apparently agreement has been reached between the two clubs, Cardiff and Middlesbrough. Won by Fortune West. Dennis Lawrence did well to shake off the challenge. Cardiff have won it back, they're just a yard quicker at the moment. Bonan's ball forward. Has made it his again. And he was second favourite for that. Kavanagh. Useful ball in towards Fortune West. Campbell looking for Thorne. 2-0. And it's too easy. Wrexham ripped apart. And with only 17 minutes played, you just can't see the Dragons getting back into this. It's looking better and better for Cardiff. He went so long without a goal, Peter Thorne. Now he's got 2 in 2 games. Kavanagh started it. Ball in towards Fortune West. Now what about this from Campbell? He doesn't just score them, he makes them 2. And Thorne just had to do the easy bit. Lovely passing move from Cardiff. And so much credit for Campbell, who picked out his man so deliberately and steered into the corner by Peter Thorne. So many defenders in the box, but no one marking the man that mattered. He says his big worry is being voted manager of the month for March, because there's a curse that goes with that award. Pejic. Just got enough on that. Spencer Pride to get it back to his goalkeeper. Whitley in trouble for a second. Leg. Kavanagh. Down the line for Andy Legg. He got the cross in too. Missed by Barrett. Campbell. Well, they're just queuing up to have a shot at Rod's goal at the moment. Peter Thorne who miscued that one. And he had Fortune West outside him, and the defending again was frankly woeful. The initial mistake was by Paul Barrett there. Campbell got the ball in, and Thorne, unmarked, screwed the shot some way wide. Well, it never rains, but it pours for Dennis Smith. They lose tonight, just 5 games left, and 2 of those are against clubs in the top 6. Bennett. Falconbridge. Came off the chest, not the hand as the Cardiff fans thought. Holmes. Good solid challenge that by Pryor. Ferguson. Now Holmes. Now Trundle. With Young tight on his bootlaces. Still Trundle, he got the shot in from a very acute angle. And Wayne Alexander make his first save of the night, really. So good at this with back to goal. You can see Scott Young is in the perfect position. Suddenly, Trundle finds a yard and gets the shot on target. It's 1 off the bottom at the start of play, Wrexham. 4 points from safety. And in all likelihood, there's still going to be 4 points from safety in an hour or so's time. Away by Lawrence. Invitation for Legg to throw it long again. And Scott Young is already on his way forward. Opened the floodgates last week, and they got the first again tonight. That's solidly by Whitley. Up in the air from Kavanagh, rather. Thorne made it his. Onside, Fortune West. Thorne! Oh! Off the woodwork. I think that was a miss-hit, in fact, but he certainly would have taken it. And Rob looked back anxiously, and the frame of the goal came to his rescue. It was Thorne who made something of it initially, and when the ball came back from Fortune West, he sliced that, and off the angle of post and bar. Could so easily have been 3. Gabidon. Andy Legg. Past the half-hour mark now. Gabidon again. He's got Weston on his own on this side, but he's going on his own, Gabidon. Nearly got a deflection through the thorn. Weston. Well, he's got a throw out of it. Pryor. Towards Trundle. It's Young that won it. Holmes. Bennett. Jim Whitley. Down the line for Phillips. Got Gabidon for company. And Gabidon has been an absolute rock all season for Cardiff. But on the subs bench for Wales as well recently. Trundle. Got a kick in the face there. I don't think it was intentional, but it will be a free kick for Wrexham. Well, he thinks it's intentional. There's Andy Legg. He wasn't too close to the ball either. Taken quickly. Free header and in. Falconbridge scores for Wrexham. It's the end of his 6-week scoring drought. But Cardiff just completely caught cold. A couple of hundred fans from North Wales can celebrate. Look how much space he had. They hadn't organised at all, Cardiff. And it was the easiest task in the world just to steer the header past Neil Alexander. Quickly taken free kick has paid off. And with 35 minutes gone nearly, Wrexham are right back in the game here. Holmes. Barrett. Ferguson. First time ball to Whitley. A few forward here, Wrexham. Darren Ferguson. Barrett. Now Holmes. Ferguson was never going to win it, but Falconbridge might. Still Falconbridge. Just wouldn't come down for him. And when he eventually got the shot in, it was a very tight angle, but it still required the save. Cardiff went to sleep again there. And needed Alexander to stop Falconbridge getting his second and bringing Wrexham level. Ferguson jumping with 2 defenders. It's almost in slow motion. Well, they didn't quite reach Bennett. The ball's still there though. Falconbridge couldn't turn. Pinball inside that Cardiff box. Twice in a minute. Falconbridge denied. All mistake. And Campbell's not the man to give it to at the moment. Now, how's the referee going to interpret that? Pejic is the man. He's gone to his pocket. I think there was a covering defender. But my opinion doesn't matter. It's Peter Walton who's in charge. Now, I think there's a covering man there. And Peter Walton, if he concurs, will only book Sean Pejic. Well, it's looking rosier and rosier for the Cardiff chairman, Sam Hammam. And it is in prime Cabinet range. It's on the right side. Deflection off the wall. Well, Rolf hasn't saved the corner. It's an awkward bounce for him, and he just couldn't make it. Andy Legg with the in-swinger from this near side. Goalkeeper trying to get a view, and he got a hand to it. Back from Boland. Pryor. Players getting in. It's certainly competitive, this Welsh derby. only got 4 in the book, all from Wrexham. Hasn't been a dirty game. Bennett. Whitley. On by Falconbridge. Wrexham ball. This is Dan Bennett, making just his second start tonight. Phillips has made nearly 300. Must be a goal kick. And there was a stage when Dennis Smith would happily have settled for 2-1 down. His team were 2-0 behind and being completely outplayed. Much more interesting now. Came off Fawn's head. Lawrence's header, and there was a hand involved there, and Wrexham have a free kick. Falconbridge is the main target. He wanted it played early. Ferguson opted to wait. Gabidon rose highest. Barrett. Holmes. In by Ferguson again, and away by Scott Young. Long it goes from Bennett, and away by Danny Gabidon. Weston. He's gone past Holmes. It's a determined run this from Reece Weston. Can he find a cross to match? Not a bad one. Wrexham at full stretch, and they still haven't got it clear, and Andy Legg in the end with a volley high and wide. A really purposeful run from Reece Weston, who has taken a long while to win the Cardiff faithful over. But this kind of determination will always go down well on the terraces and in the stands. Hedgick it was who got it clear. And by Whitley, this is Andy Legg. Fortune West and Lawrence resume battle. Fortune West has got there first. And gave Lawrence a 2-yard start as well. Andy Legg, it was a sharp pass, he took it well in stride. He's got a throw, which no doubt he will take. We've played a minute of stoppage time. Seven blue shirts inside that Wrexham box. Here goes Legg again. Young jumping again. He's so dangerous when he comes up for those throws, and other set plays too. Wrexham really haven't been able to handle him at all. Really towering lead. Fortune West right in front of him as well. They were both high in the lead defender. On by Falconbridge. Gabidon calmly back to his goalkeeper. Well, it's been an action-packed Welsh derby. 4 bookings and 3 goals. Started by Scott Young 12 minutes in. Peter Thorne got a second 5 minutes later. It looked like a cakewalk at that stage. But Craig Falconbridge pulled one back 10 minutes before the break. So still all to play for. The half-time score, Cardiff 2. Welcome back to Ninian Park. No changes to either side at the break. Cardiff leading by 2-1. Looked like it would have been a much bigger margin at one stage. They were all over Wrexham, who were threatening early on here, and they've got a corner inside 20 seconds of the second half. Certainly some hesitancy there, and for all that Cardiff have had the majority of possession and the majority of the chances, there have been occasions where Wrexham have looked distinctly threatening. All 6'7" of Dennis Lawrence up for this corner. Ferguson takes. Falconbridge couldn't get there. There was a man between him and the ball. Knocked away by Boland. Ferguson. Looking long for Falconbridge. So met instead by ahead of Scott Young. Campbell needs a hard chance and he's there. Just clipped the heels of Pedgic and cleared by Holmes. He's so quick over the first 5 yards. It's a nightmare for defenders. Hedrick only half away. Cabinet. Danny Gabbidon. Haven't seen too much of him in the end of the pitch, but he's been there now. What a goal that is! Fantastic from Gabbidon. A wonderful strike. And he restores Cardiff's 2-goal lead. Just about the first time he'd been at Wrexham's end, and didn't he make it count? It was in from the moment he struck it. He scored on the season's opening day, only 1 goal since, but neither of them were as good as that one. They did back off Wrexham, but he still had plenty to do, and he almost passed it into the top corner. It wasn't just power. Graham Kavanagh will no doubt get most fans' votes as player of the season, but I would say Gabbidon will have an equal say in that poll. He has impressed a lot of good judges this season. Took a little time to settle after that move from West Brom, but fantastic goal. Away by Weston. And Campbell has kept it in. Running at Lawrence. Fortune West. Leg outside it. Good football from Cardiff. Left strikes. Decent save by Rob. Well, the second half has started in similar fashion to the first. All Cardiff. Well, Leg saw what Gabbidon did. Thought, I'll have some of that. Appeals for handball not given. It's all happening here. Trundle. Falconbridge. Darren Ferguson. Holmes. Near the goalkeeper. Just about a perfect record for Ernie Lawrence. Certainly he's unbeaten so far. The team have now scored 18 goals since it's been in charge and conceded just 8. This is Dan Bennett. Well, he went a long way. And he saw the whites a goal. It was worth a go. Just a second start, Dan Bennett. He was a former player of the year in Singapore. Actually spotted when he played against Liverpool and Manchester United when those clubs toured out there in the Far East. Substitution being made. It's the first of the night, and it is going to be Carlos Edwards coming on in place of Wayne Phillips. So it's an attacking substitution from Dennis Smith. He has to gamble now. Four goals for the season, Edwards. Fortune West giving problems here for Whitley. Well, not sure he's tried that too often before, the old back heel, the Fortune West. He's been unlucky. Kavanagh. Given away. Trundle. Took it down beautifully, Lee Trundle. Took Falconbridge outside him. Not too many other options. Bennett. Edwards with time to measure across it. Towards Falconbridge. Good jump by Pryor. Ferguson. Edwards again. Betwixt and between. No hint of a substitution yet from Cardiff. Taking on Kavanagh, who fouled it. Luckily for Graham Kavanagh, no card. He's had too many this season, 13 of them in fact. Done by Trundle. He's still got possession, and he was brought down right on the edge of the box by Leo Fortune West, and now Wrexham have a free kick in a very threatening position. Very determined there, Lee Trundle. It was a clumsy lunge really by the big number 9. Plenty in the wall. Barrett is the man over the ball, and here it is who strikes it into the crowd, and it went by Kavanagh. Such a congested box. Edwards. Slight deflection on the cross. Might have helped Wrexham. A bad try. At least it was a shot on goal. Could have scored Paget. In his professional career, brief as it is. Set up nicely on the volley, but he was always underneath it. Now some space for Weston to use. 20 forward, it's in towards Campbell. Deflected behind for the corner. Plenty of blue shirts in the box for Andy Legg's in-swinger. Oh, an awkward one. And that was dipping under the bar. And Rob, in the nick of time, got it behind for a corner on the other side. Plenty of cut on that from Andy Legg. It was going in. Trundle. Inside Gabidon. A little shot from Andy Legg. He's won the free kick, Trundle. And it's not quite so friendly now with Scott Young. It's about 3 times, I think, is the message from Lee Trundle. It feels he's been hard done by the official tonight. Turned Gabidon, and then combination of Gabidon and Legg made sure he wasn't going anywhere. Young, for some reason, decided to get involved. Ferguson with the kick. Deep to the far post, it nearly reached Falconbridge. Ferguson. Andy Legg there, making sure Edwards couldn't make anything of that. Trundle. He was upended. It's a free kick for Wrexham. And if they did get one back now, it would certainly set up a grandstand finish here. He has taken a buffeting tonight, Lee Trundle. It was prior that time who brought him down. Can they make something from the free kick? Towards Falconbridge, away by Gabidon again. Bennett. Edwards. Made it easy for Kavanagh. And Rod, acting as a sweeper, hasn't cleared it very far. Forward. Legg. Now Fortune West. Beautifully on the chest there for Boland. Hearts in mouths there for Wrexham. Rod was way out of his area. It just didn't fall for a Cardiff player who tried a shot from distance. Boland. Corner. Gabidon right in the thick of things inside that 6-yard box for Legg's kick. Dangerous again, and Rob goes with 2 fists this time. Makes a much better job of it. There could be a break on here for Wrexham. Edwards, only Trundle ahead of him. Trying to stay on side and trying to find space, and he succeeded in neither. And a good advantage, the flag was up. Fortune West had possession, but he couldn't do anything with it. Whitley. Trundle. Ferguson. That's not fit wide. This is Holmes. Oh, Pryor had to put that onto the roof of the stand. Better safe than sorry. Dan Bennett's coming off. And Hector Sam is going to have less than 5 minutes now to make himself a hero for Wrexham. On by Falconbridge. Trundle. Ferguson. What a lovely ball that is. Hector Sam can pull one back here, and he has. What a good finish. Super strike by Sam. And now Wrexham have got 2 minutes plus stoppage time to try and come up with a very, very unlikely equaliser. What an impact from the substitute. Only on a couple of minutes. It's a beautiful ball. Defence split of that. He still had a lot to do. Well, that was absolutely pinpoint placement. One look up and into the corner. Dennis Lawrence. Edwards. Trundle. Trying to turn. Goes down. He was looking for the penalty, I think. And the Cardiff players, I think, a little angry and thought Trundle dived. See how much contact there was. Not a great deal. Young. Grayson. Oh, Collins in trouble. Just about redeemed himself after his own mistake. It's a flag up here, but the referee is going to let play carry on because Wrexham have the ball. Edwards. Long towards Hector Sam. A strange sort of header back across goal. Sam again. He's just behind Lee Trundle. He's still got it. And in the end, Young came across and just smacked it. It's gone over the roof. Long from Rob towards Falconbridge, who was being shoved by Scott Young. It's a free kick to Wrexham, and they still have time. Taken quickly by Ferguson. This is Lee Trundle. Super challenge by Leg. What a vital block that was. Because the quick free kick had caught everyone napping except that man. Good thinking by Ferguson. And Leg was sliding in. It's a corner though. Wrexham have virtually everyone up, just seconds remaining. Came off Gabidon. And it's going to be a corner on the other side. With just over 30 seconds left on the clock. Hector Sam to deliver. Poor corner really under the circumstances. Didn't beat the first defender, and the clock is ticking away now. Holmes is racing over to the far side to take this throw. Everyone has stayed forward for Wrexham. Ferguson. Now they have a chance to cross. It's too deep, I think. And in fact the ball had drifted out anyway. And that might just be Wrexham's last chance. It's a feeling of relief rather than exultation for the Cardiff fans. Very nervy last few minutes, but it looks now as though they have weathered the storm. Referee's still not going to blow his whistle. Rob will plant it long. Looking for Falconbridge's head. Lawrence. Falconbridge again. And then knocked away. And we've got a player down as well. The try is okay. Edwards with the throw. In towards Trundle. And the referee eventually blows his whistle. And Cardiff have won the game, but oh, they made a meal of it in the end. After Scott Young had put them ahead early on, Thorne made it 2-0. Falconbridge got one back. That kept Wrexham in the game. Terrific strike then from Danny Gabbinan early in the second half, a real goal of the season contender. And then Hector Sam towards the end brought Wrexham back into it, and it made for a really nervy last few minutes. But Cardiff City are up into a playoff place. They are in sixth. The big question is, can they stay there? Final score from Ninian Park: Cardiff City 3, Wrexham 2.